Guys, thanks for tuning into our podcast. If you do enjoy this, please make sure you share it with a mate. It's not that much that we're asking. We really appreciate it. But yeah, just keep listening and hope you enjoy the banter that we've been having.
You don't know who she is, Cotty.
No, I do now. I do now.
I'll have to get you back on when we do get Metamucil as a sponsor eventually.
This thing called the reverse goat piss. Basically the same thing. Tuck your dick, piss in the trough backwards.
Was he blind before the Big Les show come out?
Lang Park, mate, Queensland.
Alrighty, guys, welcome back to On the Piss. I fucked it. Hey guys, welcome back to another edition of On the Piss. It's Klutz and Das. And Das, who do we have with us today?
Oh, we've got 50-metre swimming pool.
Hey.
Paddy O'Toole, how are you?
How are you? I'm well. It's such a stretch and I love it.
Yeah, we decided 2 weeks ago, everyone that came on, we're going to introduce them by a name that rhymes with their name. And I definitely forgot this week, so I just thought of that up just then on the
I've
spot.
been racking my brain for the last hour and a half, but I've been forgetting to message you about what are we going to do.
I completely forgot. But yeah, 50-metre swimming pool, we'll run with that.
I was thinking Batty quite cool, but
I've been called plenty worse, that's for sure. On Prac, the staff room's already got infinite lookalike names. Got Pablo Escobar. I copped Lord Farquhar last night with my hair down. And Ron Jeremy.
Yeah,
Whoa.
very
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
I actually copped that from East at our 4th grade game when I was doing touchy. Whenever I was out there, like, Ron Jeremy, fucking, it's 5 meters back, stop fucking being biased to Jeeps and XYZ. So
Is that even a payout, though?
I don't think it is.
I'd be happy with that.
he's an ugly cunt, but he's got massive.
He is
massive
now, but
dong.
back in the day, he
Yeah.
was a bit of a schmoke. So that's all it is. Mate, you said Prac. How's it all going?
Good, man. It's been tough. 3 weeks through, 3 weeks left. Then I'm out in the big bad world, graduating as a teacher. So yeah, it's coming along nicely, but with work at my other job, still got to do it on the weekends, and I don't actually get paid for that. That's like accommodation, food,
Yeah.
all that stuff. For
So
my job.
at the moment, you're not actually getting paid at
I'm
all?
doing about 50 hours a week, 7 days a week, and not getting paid a cent for 6 weeks.
So, guys, the sponsor of this week's podcast, we're actually sponsoring Paddy O'Toole. So we'll get his bank account, and if you want to donate money, it'll be going
all
to
funds
a good
raised
cause.
from this episode will be going to...
GoFundMe page going live.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could start an
He needs
OnlyFans.
a bit of a kitty for Melbourne Cup Day, which is up
Yeah.
and coming.
Yeah, it is.
Next week? Tomorrow?
Yeah, next
No,
week.
Next
Yeah,
week.
next week.
After the grand final weekend for Queensland Premier Rugby.
What a weekend it will be.
Oh, what a fucking spectacular weekend it will be.
You boys excited for this weekend, or...?
Yes, incredibly. We why don't we just kick off into what the fuck's happening this weekend? Because it
Yeah.
might be Monday, but we already know what's happening. So it's the finals of Queensland Premier Rugby in November. That's a bit fucked.
Yeah.
So
Getting
I-
quite warm, isn't
I
it?
said this a few weeks back. I am, one, disappointed that I'm not playing finals, but two, so fucking happy because imagine running out there at midday.
Man, I went for a walk today at midday and it was bad enough, let
Yeah,
alone
no.
running around playing footy.
They had a quarter time break for drinks in some of the games I was watching on the live stream
Yeah.
on the weekend that just passed.
Yeah,
Not
fuck,
surprised.
so
It was very
fucking
warm.
hot. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous. But yeah, so we got GC Brothers in the big dance in 4th grade at 1:40 on Saturday. If anyone would like to come along, we'll be there by 1:40 or 1:30.
Yep.
The game kicks off at 1:40. We kick off at 10:30 at the Newmarket Hotel. Which
Jesus.
is not as good as the Caxton Hotel, where we're coming from right now, but it's just because the Newey is closer. Than
Yeah,
the
we'll be
Caco.
coming to the Caxton after, more than likely.
Yeah, we are actually. We got the upstairs of the Caco for Jeeps people. So
Nicely done.
And then Bledisloe that night.
Oh, no way.
yeah,
Jesus.
Bledisloe that
Bledisloe
night.
that night up here, followed by Sunday morning, Jeeps women's team,
Fuck yeah.
10 a.m. kickoff.
Shout out to the
grand
girls.
final.
They fucking killed it
They
on the
had
weekend.
a fucking awesome game.
Didn't they only win by like 7 points as well? It was a tight game.
Tight game, but Sunnybank have won the Chicks Premiership since the dawn of time.
Nice one.
4 or
So-
5 years in a row.
Yeah.
Up until this year, people correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they hadn't lost a single game
Really?
in Women's Premier Rugby.
Hectic. And Jeeps knocked them off on the weekend.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, apparently a whole bunch of their players went over to East, and that's why East have been killing it this year. They were top of the table. But then, yeah, Jeeps knocked off Sunnybank. It was huge, and as I said, it was a tight game in the end, but the Jeeps team had much more of an advantage. They were on top of it, never looked like losing.
Scoreboard didn't do
Yeah,
it justice.
Killed it. Nah, not at all.
Backs to the wall, dog mentality. basically. You know,
Bit like last night's game. Scoreboard didn't give it justice.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing, actually, yeah.
Yeah, tell you
Honestly, lackluster GF, I reckon.
what. Fuck yeah, and I'm a Melbourne supporter. And I thought
Yeah.
it was terrible.
It just wasn't that great.
Because
I
the
suppose it
Panthers
was
didn't
raining
rock
as
up,
well.
I
Yeah, the
think.
Panthers,
that's
yeah.
that's the problem.
So true.
As I said in my Facebook status, it's nice winning 17 games in a row, but it's not that nice when you can't win the one that actually counts.
Yeah,
So shout out to Nathan Cleary and your fucking chin.
Yeah.
Well, I was
Your
with
dad.
Kyle Panther
Oh,
last night.
good. Did he
He's
cry?
Yeah. Oh,
Good.
I don't think tears were dropped, but eyes were watering up. And
Obviously, he's not a
so
good
fair.
supporter then. I cried in 2016 when we lost. I cried a lot when we lost to the Sharks.
there was a lot of people around. I think he would have trying to save the
I
embarrassment
cried at
himself, but yeah,
I cried at a 21st watching the Melbourne Storm in 2016 when there was 80 people there.
Who's 21st?
Georgia Wrigley. Thanks, Gio. I sat there and bawled my eyes out, and then I went to the Normanby, and I'm pretty sure I cried out there. So, yeah.
it was just shit ass. They saved the worst game of the season for the one that mattered. Like,
Yeah.
Kickout had 6 errors or something. Like,
Yeah.
Someone in our
And
group
zero
chat said, get them made because Cleary shit the bed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
shout
that's
out to
so true.
Buckby.
Yeah.
That was hilarious. I was like, so good. But
Yeah.
yeah, then we got Mad Monday. And that's just done.
because
Yeah.
Saturday starts your 10-day bender. Hey,
Correct. Hopefully.
Oh my god.
can't wait.
I actually
Do you have
haven't taken days off of work, but I think to constitute a bender, I'll just get on the piss every day. There might only be 2 beers for some days where I'm working.
Yeah, but tie you over.
But exactly, it's still consecutive days on the
Because then we
piss.
roll into Origin next week
Then
as
we
well. don't
roll
we?
into
Wednesday. Well,
Origin.
Melbourne Cup Tuesday, Origin
Yep.
Wednesday.
And then it's like Oaks Day Thursday. And then I'm pretty sure we have our Jeeps presentation night at the Caxton Hotel on the Friday night. So, and then it's going to be Saturday, and then Saturday rolls into Sunday.
I feel like it can be classified as a night on the piss if after 2 hours you legally can't drive.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be most nights.
10 days.
It's a Wednesday for Josh.
Yeah.
Wednesday playing COD.
Technically, I've been blind for the last 3 years. Then. Technically, I've been on a 3-year bender.
Playing COD, you're a bit of a gamer, hey?
A little bit at the moment.
Is Warzone your choice?
Yep.
How you been going?
Today was honestly the worst. I rage quitted the Savo.
Oh, really?
It was the worst afternoon of COD I've had in a long time. My KD is above 1 now, which that is my measure of a decent player, is getting above
agreed.
1. I started off shocking, and it's been a very long grind to get there. But today was the worst afternoon of COD I have ever had, I reckon. And eventually, what happened? I got killed. I came back. Then I got killed again. And that happened for about 3 games in a row. And then something else happened. And then I got to the end, and it wasn't like a scream rage. I just sort of went, all right, boys, I fucking suck. Bye for now. And just took off the headphones. I heard them laughing as I was closing the game. But yeah,
It's the
I
worst
was
feeling.
done. I never do that, but like I've only ever rage quit twice in Warzone because I think, fuck, what happens if the boys actually clutch up and win here? Then I
Yeah.
don't get a dub, and that would make me even angrier.
Yeah, that would be
So,
shithouse.
yeah, I've been going all right though. I've almost hit 50 wins now. So
Ooh, that's big. No, my game of choice lately, pretty much always been FIFA.
Yep.
Got the new one, and didn't know I was playing it that much until I checked last night, and I've played 67 matches of FIFA in a week and a half since getting it.
fuck, and aren't you full-time prac teaching?
Yep. So I get my
It's
lessons
like
done.
nearly 10 a day.
I get my lessons done at the end of school for the day, and because it's still 3 p.m. finish, I'm out of
Yeah.
there by 3:30, 4 p.m.
And
get
then what time
home,
do you start
sesh.
supervising? Like 7 or something?
Well, I'm not doing that during the week, like
Oh,
so that's
okay,
only on
yeah.
the weekends now. So thank
Fuck,
God,
that's unreal, man.
plenty of
That's
time
actually so
for
good.
FIFA. But we have between a few of our mates, we have regular FIFA tournaments. There's 4 of us who always do it, and we started coming out with punishments for our games.
I like this.
So if you lose by a certain amount of goals, you have to do something for your opponent or whatever it is. And 5-0 starts off simple. Social media apology post for wasting their time.
Yep.
I think 6-0 is you have to go get them a drink of choice and call them their name for the rest of the night. 7 win by 7 goals is make a Facebook page of choice, and 8 goals is writing a letter to the opposition's parents saying how their son is so much more superior than themselves and why they wasted their time. And it keeps going on up until I think 15 goals you have to break your FIFA disc.
Oh
and
my
whatnot.
god.
Wow.
But this one time we were playing, I was having a great night until this one game had a shocker, lost by 7 to a mate. And he was coming up with all these ideas for names that we had to make this page, and I had to invite my entire friends list. So family, cousins, family friends from when I was 3 years old that have moved to Melbourne and stuff like that. And the page that we've had to come up with, and I'm sure both of you got invitations to it, was Real Kings Suck Toes.
Yes. I was wondering what that came from.
And what I didn't know is if people don't accept that shoot them a message every week.
Yeah,
telling
I
them
got
to
a
be
few.
like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was getting a message every weekend from a few different people being like, mate, are you okay? What are you doing in your spare
That
time,
is such
man?
a good
I
stitch
was
up.
so perplexed by that
So was
episode
I.
because I was like, but it's you. So I was like, Real Kings. I was like, this has to be Paddy.
Yeah.
And so there was like, Real Kings Suck Toes. I was like, well,
There was ones in there of
True.
like,
Shout out to Tony Staggs.
Tony. Yeah, there was pages that they came up with of just like, Ku Klux Klan appreciation page, or just
yeah.
like terrorism are us and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, guys,
Come on. Yeah.
a little bit funny,
Yeah.
not that far.
yeah. No, I feel that. I love toes. Love toes.
I can't say I've dabbled in that
Neither have I.
as of yet. One of
I was gonna say at work the other week, one of the girls just put up something on the whiteboard, and it was like Eli likes toes, and I was like, sick. So Josh sucks toes, and then we did like Liv eats toes, and now we've just got a poem about toes,
Nice.
and it's just always up there. I'll just like to put it out there. I don't suck toes.
Thanks for clearing that up.
Yeah, definitely don't.
Why
suck
not?
toes. Well, why would I?
I don't know.
There's plenty of other things to suck.
in the wise
Yep.
words of Joe Hayward for any situation, don't knock it till you try it.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to knock that one. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I'll knock it. But as I said, there's plenty of other things to suck, and that's why I don't suck toes.
Right.
Yeah. So thank you for listening to this
Before we
podcast.
get too
Mum and Dad.
Before we get too far in and forget about it, because we always leave it right till the end.
Yes, sir.
I didn't even run this by you, Josh, but I think we should launch this merch next Friday. Not
Yeah,
this
right.
Friday, next Friday. So that will be the
Like a week and a bit.
7th-ish.
It'll be the 6th.
Correct.
Yeah.
Friday the 6th of November, we're
Let's
going
do
to
it.
have some merch on sale. We really appreciate all the support from everyone so far.
Definitely.
And we'd love if you would buy some merch and support us further.
What's on sale, Darcy?
We've got, as you can see on Josh's head and also my head, but Josh is prettier, corduroy, BBB, navy
I
caps.
love corduroy.
We're actually so stoked with how
I'm-
these turned
I
out.
literally have not had this off my head all weekend.
Yeah.
You can ask anyone I was with on the
They're really
weekend.
good.
and it's not gone.
We've waited so long to do these ones because it took so long to get them right because the last hats we had were a bit of a fail. And then we've also got a new shirt with our friend Campbell Moore from Campbell's Collective, who designed it.
Yep.
So there'll be more about that coming soon. And finally, to round off the collection, a nice little stubby holder.
Yeah.
That'd be neat.
Rumor
Yeah.
has it that the stubby holder can keep a beer cold for 5 days.
Yeah, it's
Possibly.
top. The technology that's gone into it is
Yeah.
out of
Is
control.
there a little asterisk at the end of that and say see terms and conditions apply?
Maybe.
There will definitely be an asterisk at the end of it.
It'll definitely keep beer for 5 days, but
Yeah.
in a can.
And it depends on your definition of cold.
Yeah, exactly.
I think, yeah.
You know, like
Yeah,
if you're
it would
if you're from the middle of the Sahara Desert and
Probably
it's
pretty
summer,
cold. Yeah.
yeah, you know, like you get cold nights. We understand that, but like you don't really know what cold is.
Yeah.
Well, you do, but I don't know where I'm going with this.
Yeah, no.
Anyway, we've got new merch coming out. It's gonna
Yeah.
be fucking sick.
And we got some big plans for the end of the year, so we'd appreciate any support,
Yeah.
anyone who's
Yeah.
keen. And if not, that's fine. Just fuck off. No. No,
Yeah,
yeah. And
pretty
also, this is episode 27, I believe.
Yep.
Which means how many episodes till Cam Munster's coming in?
73.
There we go. Cam Munster, see you in 73 weeks if you survive this bender.
And I was gonna say it's probably only 2 sleeps for him because fuck me, those boys are going hard.
yeah,
at
up
the
at Twin
moment.
Waters.
Yeah.
Have you
it's-
seen the Cheese stories?
Yeah,
Yes,
so
they are
funny,
so
mate. Did you see
good.
him after the game last night?
In the interview or when
We-
he was in the sheds?
In
Oh,
the
just
interview with Freddie
everything.
Fittler. And
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
like, I need to sell this ring so I can pay for all the piss I'm about to sing.
Yeah.
He's like, and Freddie was like, "Oh, who's your piss partner going to be?" He's like, "Oh, fuck it, I don't care. Anyone who'll just drink a
and
little."
then he said, he's like, I'll get Kristen Welsh so pissed he can't play Origin in 2 weeks.
There's a good video I saw on NRL Roast have been
Yeah,
covering
all over it.
heaps.
Yeah.
He's like
Nursing the-
cradling
yeah.
the trophy and like singing to it.
So funny.
It's pretty funny. Like someone commented something on. I don't even know what the post was. I just saw a screenshot, but they're like, "Oh, they'll be well and truly asleep by now." And then Cam Munster is out of nowhere. We'll sleep when we're dead.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Fuck, they must be."
They must have flown
bending.
back up here.
They flew back up here at
2 a.m.
I saw
Flight?
something
Oh,
on
1
on
a.m.
Fox League. See, that James Hooper guy was bashing Melbourne over the last
Yeah,
few weeks.
yeah.
Frank Panisi, who's this old bloke who's the general manager of the Storm, sent him a text message at 2:29 this morning of a real blind Cameron Smith at the front of the jet just holding the trophy, and they're just like...
Yeah, because wasn't it like he
And
wrote...
he goes, "This is your 26th reason." to
Yeah,
hate us."
'cause
yeah.
he wrote
wrote
an
an-
article. Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
25 reasons to hate Melbourne, and he's like, yeah, this is number 26.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And the
Cheese
cheese was
did the
also
same
having
one,
a go
had
at
the
him as
story.
well.
Called him a little baldy or something.
Yeah. 26 million reasons, you little boulder. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's so
yeah,
funny.
So spectacular, but...
Looked
Yeah,
like some good
fuck.
kick-ons on the weekend, and all the boys from Richmond were with Fisher down in the Gold
Yeah, I
Coast.
saw that actually.
So
Yeah.
sick.
I'm actually so jealous. It'll be so much fun. The videos of like Fisher with the AFL trophy over his
Yeah,
head.
he just
like,
keeps it on his head the whole time, and he just like pulls it over. Whoa! Like, oh my god.
I haven't been able to clarify with this person yet or not, but one of my friends, she works at Fridays, and apparently a bunch of the Richmond boys went there after the game, and there was a story I saw where she was wearing a medal on the
Hectic.
night. I don't know whether or not it was actually a Richmond medal, but from Saturday night, who the fuck else is going to be wearing a medal out?
Yeah.
So I have a hunch that one of the Richmond medals just got to pass around at Fridays.
hectic.
Fuck, that's sick. Hopefully that person got it back.
Yeah.
I would, like, when the Cheese said he was going to sell his ring, I would never be able to do that.
Did you see
because-
Carmichael Hunt put up a story recently? His parents were cleaning out his room and found one of his grand final rings. He thought he lost it.
Yeah, and he was about to throw it out.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Well, I was like,
Fuck.
JJ, Lockie Jackson.
Yeah.
You know, he wore his medal, I believe this to be true, for a week after.
Fuck.
He didn't take it off.
So what happened? We won 6th grade in 2018. I had the trophy for a while, and then JJ got the trophy. And we didn't see the trophy until the following Saturday, like, physically. But he brought... from Mad Monday through to the following Friday or Saturday when we had awards night. But literally every day we get a new video in our group chat of him just being like, "Let's go!" And he had his medal all around, and he's like cuddling the thing at night, and he's like stroking it and stuff. And we're like, "Mate, it's a 6th grade championship. Grow up."
Good on him.
But love it.
Yeah.
Absolutely
Big fan.
spectacular. Yeah, but yeah. So anyway, we said what was happening this weekend. You're the one that brought this on. What did you do on the weekend?
What did I do on the weekend?
Yeah, what'd you do?
I worked. But managed to get to the Normanby for the first half of the AFL final.
Yep.
Went over to Mate's place for the NRL final. Was designated driver for that time. I'm off the beers for a bit, so I'm drawing this lovely red lemonade,
Yeah,
the kids'
fuck
beer.
Nice one.
And then yeah, just worked, man. It's. I apologise.
No,
It's been lackluster.
That's
I've
alright,
got
though.
nothing to report.
I did nothing on the weekend. I went to the pub on Friday night and lost money on the horses, and then that's about it.
yeah, fuck. Well, I was meant to have a quiet weekend.
As always, planned.
For the 27th week in a row, I was meant to have a quiet weekend. And now we're back again, and I'm describing how I had a very big weekend.
Yeah.
Friday,
Unlucky.
I don't know if I did anything. I'm very glad. I was meant to go have some beers with my mate Snooze, and then I was like, all sweet. Try not to spend as much money because I got a big weekend next weekend.
A night with Snooze is always a huge.
I got a FaceTime from him at Darcy's at 1 p.m. the next day, where he'd been smashing a lot of beers and was up with a bunch of brothers boys from 5th grade. Shout out to Simon Marley. The phone call was fucked.
I think they're on the way to Felons, aren't they?
Yeah, they're on
It
the way to
was pissing
Felons.
down rain.
One of the guys got that blind that he was that he forgot that he was meant to be playing for 4th grade
That day.
brothers that day. So he missed
the
his
final?
game. Yeah, for the prelim. So he missed his game. So he just got on the beers and just went, "Oh fuck, I'm too blind to go play here." So he just kept getting on the beers and missed his game. Shout out to whoever that bloke is, because that's actually fucking legendary.
And they still.
I've
won
only
anyway.
I've only
They
ever
still-
heard of that sort of thing happen once before, and it actually happened to a family member of mine. So, my mum's family's from Gatton, out west, just near Toowoomba. And my pop was a pretty handy rugby league player back in the day, in country rugby league. He was playing for the Gatton Hawks. and they made it to this grand final that was being played at Suncorp or Lang Park back then. Lang Park. Anyway, apparently he had some nerves. Like, he was a little bit nervous about going out there.
I thought you meant like.
You're nervous.
Yeah, I was like, I'm pretty sure everyone has nerves.
I
But
hope you have a few.
Yeah. So he was nervous about going out and playing. And this is probably back in like, I think it was like the 60s or 70s. And his cousin played in the team. So they had a beer before the game to calm their nerves. And the first one didn't calm, so they had another one. And my nan's sitting there by herself in the stands, and they've run out to play or whatever, and my pop and his cousin aren't out there. Turns out that they just started fucking punching beers and got too blind in the change rooms beforehand, so didn't get to go out and play at Lang Park. That was his only opportunity.
That's so fucked.
His only opportunity to ever play at Lang Park.
And he just got blind in the change
And he
rooms.
got blind in the change rooms.
Why? I have
Yeah,
so many questions.
fucked. He made like the Gatton Hawks all-time team as like a lock or something, like best lock that's
didn't get
ever
to play in
played for
the big
Gatton
dance.
Hawks. And I'm pretty sure they brought that up, being like, yeah, could have played at Suncorp, but or Lang Park,
Fuck.
but he got too fucked up in the change rooms on the beers.
That's so funny.
Their team won the game, I'm pretty sure, and he just kept getting on the beers.
Yeah, well, good on him.
Yeah,
It was just
so
it was
the
just
apple doesn't
praise
fall
for
far
Mad
from the
Monday.
tree. That's
Yeah.
all I'm gonna say.
He's just getting ready for Mad Monday.
Yeah, fuck. But yeah, so that happened. Very glad I didn't get on the beers on Friday. Saturday, I wasn't too sure what was going to happen Saturday. I wasn't really that keen for the AFL Grand Final, but I was very keen to hold hands with friends. So, you know, we did some filming for our upcoming merch and that sort of shit. Cooked a mad feed. I
Yep.
was actually very happy with it.
Cooking with Klutz
Is this,
episode 2.
is this new Cooking with Klutz?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
coming
Beer battered fish with a little bit of salad because we're not fat cunts.
all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
Just most of the time.
Just most of the time. Did that, but yeah, then went. Actually, shout out to Hurdy.
Yeah.
We haven't had Hurdy on yet. Hopefully he'll nut up and come on one day. But Hurdy wasn't going to drink this weekend either. He's the exact same as me. Always is going to have a quiet weekend, but then beers. Got all his uni done, so had us around for the AFL. And we just had this weapon of a night watching the AFL. Whenever there was a break, we'd switch to the dogs, have a look at the dish lickers going around. And then I think a couple of weeks ago, I said how I ended up in McGregor doing karaoke. So I was with those boys again on Saturday.
God.
And shout out to Stranks and Sammy. They came in from outside and they just had this grin on their face. And we were like, what are you two up to? They go, oh, so who's came for karaoke? We're like, no, mate, we're not going to McGregor again.
I gotta
They're
ask,
like, well, yeah, sorry.
why McGregor?
Yeah.
Like, there's plenty of close karaoke joints, especially in
This
the
place
city.
is loose.
Okay.
I don't even know what it's called, but it's pretty loose.
Yeah.
We're pretty sure it's the front of a money laundering thing, but
Ah.
I don't know. Don't come after me, please. It's just like there shouldn't be that many Lamborghinis and Porsches and Mercs and Mercedes out the front of a karaoke place on a Saturday night. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not here to judge. I love the place, and I'll probably see you this weekend. But but yeah, we were like, oh, there's no way we're going. And Stranks and Sammy just said, well, unfortunately, we've booked a room for 10:30. So I was meant to go to work drinks with one of the girls, and we were like, okay, have fun at karaoke. We'll see you after work drinks. And then as all the boys were going, they were like, just make sure you lock the door. We'll see you guys after your work drinks. And yeah, mad shout out to Caitlin. She just goes, well, I'm pretty sure we're going to go to karaoke. And all the boys literally just started screaming because we were going
So
to
you
karaoke.
skipped work drinks.
We skipped the start of work drinks to go to karaoke and had a fucking ripper time. It was so good. We didn't get kicked out for being naked this
I was
time.
going to say,
which was good.
why does you all get naked every time you do it?
Were you naked this time?
No.
Oh.
I wasn't naked last time. I think I got
But
my
s-
shirt.
but
Oh, no, I
Stranks
got my
was
shirt.
naked.
Stranks and Sammy were naked, but they didn't see it this time.
Right. Why does that keep happening?
Actually, I feel
Why does that happen?
there's a lot of testosterone being flown around, and you just got to flex it sometimes. That's all I'm going to say. But unfortunately, I think that one of the boys forgot that we had a female as company, and
I think I
Sammy,
know where this is going. Yeah.
Sammy's a real ripped, chiseled bloke, and he's just a good-looking dude.
Yeah.
And so he was down to his jocks, and someone goes, "Oh, show us your asshole," and then he just like drops his dax and quickly spreads his cheeks, and then poor Caitlin's there going, "Oh fuck!" And I was like, "Well, these are my friends." And yeah, here we
Welcome.
go.
You can't even
Welcome.
say this is not normal because it's the second time it's happened now.
The
So
thing is that like I've got a lot of friends that I hang out with from work that have never met the boys before.
yeah,
And like I like to think I'm a bit of an upbeat, energetic person.
Yeah.
And like that's just what the boys all are. And they're like, "What are your friends like?" And then a couple of weeks ago, a couple of the girls, they met some of the boys, and they were like, "Holy fuck. This explains so much." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's
We'd like to
terrifying,
have a
eh?
bit of fucking fun."
yeah,
It's okay when there's one of us, but when
Yeah.
there's 10, it's
Yeah.
fucked. When there's 20,
yeah,
it's fucked. But it's
Just
good. It brings good
compounds per
vibes.
yeah.
person.
It's
Yeah.
fucked.
But we did eventually make it to work drinks.
After karaoke,
After karaoke
that'd
at
been
the
weird
archive.
vibes.
Yeah, well, it was decent. It was good to catch up with peeps.
Yeah, fair.
But I don't remember it really. We're at archive. We weren't there for long. And then we went back to Hurdy's for more drinks. And then yeah, it was just a big fucking night. So
Yeah,
very big night.
I
And then Sunday was... I almost didn't do anything for the grand final yesterday. But then Jay, who we haven't had on the podcast since the dawn of time, texted me and was like, "I'm going to the Waterloo." So that's sick. Who you going with? Might see you there. And I was seriously just going to sit there in my room and watch the storm by myself and silently cheer. And then he goes, "Oh, I'm getting picked up in 10 minutes. I went, "Fuck it, I'm sitting on the toilet. I don't want to sit here for the rest of the night."
to the Waterloo.
Get me.
Yeah.
How would it be if you won the war?
What did you say?
Waterloo. How would it be if you won the war?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, anyway, so yeah. And then watched the F1s last night. Had $10 on Max Verstappen to win.
Did he win?
Nah.
I'm pretty sure betting
Lewis
on F1
Hamilton-
is fucked.
Yeah, it's fucked. It's
Yeah.
dumb. It's so stupid.
Yeah.
Why did I do it? I don't know.
Yeah.
Because maybe my Clive Churchill medal bet got paid out early. Thanks Cameron Smith for being a goat.
Thanks, Sportsbet.
Thanks Sportsbet for
Sponsor
having no
this week's
fucking break.
podcast.
Yeah. Can you imagine paying out on something in a game of football after 40 minutes when the person that you paid out on actually hadn't done that much except kick 4 goals and score a try?
Yeah, and the
considering-
trial wasn't even that good.
Yeah, exactly. And like, you know, yeah, you passed the ball really well from dummy half, but Ryan Pappenhausen was fucking killing it.
Yeah,
all night.
unbelievable.
There are a lot of people filthy at that as well. Like I had a mate who
Yeah.
had a doubles bet on for Dusty Norm Smith and Cam Smith, Clive Churchill, and it didn't get paid out even though Cam did, like single bets did. So he's been touched as sports bet all day. It's been like a 3-hour process trying to get through to them, and he just wants a bonus bet back. That's the dream.
Yeah.
Just give him his
I
bonus
don't,
bet.
I don't think anyone's going to get through the sports bet. And to be fair, he didn't fucking win. So
Yeah. Mate,
Yeah.
my Instagram and Facebook feed today was just all failed multis. I was like, we don't care that you're
it was
multi.
all
Yeah,
the ones
that's what
that
you
I
get
saw,
for
it
putting
was
Josh Adokar
Josh
in your
Adokar
multi.
didn't
Yeah.
score. Yeah.
No one cares.
All of my multis were gone from the 4th minute when they scored. You know
Yeah.
how there's that one where you can do
8 minutes or
time of
whatever?
try?
Yeah.
8 minutes.
Got
All of them 8 minutes or later.
Got it.
Out of here.
Yeah, fuck, that's rough. That is very rough.
I'm just trying to think of funny stories of introducing the boys to workmates. I don't think any of my current workmates have met any of the boys, which was
Bro.
one. They actually met my little brother at Christmas last year, and they're like, "What the fuck?"
Whenever anyone meets Straxy,
Yeah, that's always an
mutant.
eye opener. Yeah,
got a mate that calls himself the Mutant because
Should
that's
get
what he
Stranksy
fucking
on the
is.
podcast,
We
yeah.
need Stranksy on the podcast. But Mako, who's my my venue manager now, he always asks how Stranksy was on the weekend. You got any photos or videos of Stranksy? I was like, well, let's just have a look at my weekend and a recap. And it's just Stranksy.
every
There was one
weekend.
that I got sent of him the other week, and he was wearing a Caxton Hotel shirt tucked into his jocks.
Yeah, and he
on
was
a
like, had
Sunday
a massive
night.
wedgie. That
And
was
he
a
just had a
stratty.
massive wedgie and this big grin on his face. And apparently he just walked around for like 4 hours.
Yeah.
Just a shirt chucked into his underwear.
Mate, mutants and like big nights and weeks on the piss around the dorm at work. All the year 12s are finishing up, and they got Schoolies. Schoolies been cancelled technically.
Oh,
apparently,
hectic.
True.
they are all so butthurt. But apparently, word on the street is everyone's going to
Yeah.
Noosa.
Oh, okay.
So if you're around Noosa
Fuck.
mid-November,
I was actually
don't
going to go to Noosa.
end of November, I think it is. But I was going to ask,
I'm not.
have you guys got any fucked up stories from Schoolies?
Yeah, so many.
Oh.
One of our good friends. I don't know if we should. Oh, it's not even that bad. Tim Wang.
Yeah, come on.
He was like real blind one day, and we put him in the bath, in the shower, and we had one of those showers, it's like the bath like shower, but goes into the tub. Yeah.
tub, yeah.
And he'd been in there for a while, and we were all just like carrying on outside. And then after I was like, "Fuck, has anyone checked on Tim? It's been a while." And he was fully dressed, and he'd put the plug in and like laid down, and then passed out. And as I walked in, the water was like lapping at his mouth, and he was like spitting out water and shit, like nearly drowned. Yeah, it was fucked. Yeah.
I remember the bloke Sam Garrity.
Yeah.
Is possibly one of the smartest person I know. I'd say, incredibly smart. But he heard about all the boys doing the Centurion, which was 100 shots
in 100 minutes.
In 100 minutes.
But
he took
surely
that-
people haven't done it.
No, of
But
beer.
it can be of beer.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
But he
Which
didn't
doesn't
understand-
sound hard, but it is.
But it
fucking
is,
hard.
yeah.
Yeah.
But he didn't get the beer part. And he's like, "Oh, I can do that." And he's like, "I'll just do 100 shots." So he lines up. He had 5 vodka and 5 tequila shots. And he just goes bang, 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 bang. And just smacked them all. We're like, holy fuck. And then a couple of minutes later, he does 5 more tequila shots. And then a couple of minutes later, does 5 more vodka shots.
We did.
And then he was a real fit bloke. And like he was like our sportsman of the year at Marist. And I just remember saying he's like trying to do like push-ups, but he's just that blind that he can't. So he's just like face planted. And then I was fucking blind because I'd done a bunch of shots with him, but I was like, there's no way that anyone could do 100 shots of spirits. That's literally 100 standard drinks.
Yeah.
And like looking back, and we've said it over the years, like how the fuck did we think you could do 100 standard drinks in 100 minutes? Like it's
Couldn't
just
even do that
genuinely
in, like,
fucked
a big
up.
weekend.
That's hospitalisation
Yeah,
worthy.
big time.
It's
Yeah.
death. It's death.
Like 25 is hospitalisation, especially
Yeah,
at that
exactly.
age.
Yeah. No,
Like-
my favourite one is it's
I was gonna say I haven't finished.
oh sorry.
Sorry, Josh.
Keep going.
I was going to say, yeah. So basically, he got blind. We were lying on my bed laughing because he was so fucked up. He just like fell on there. And then he stopped laughing, but I kept laughing. And I just felt this warm sensation on my shoulder. And and I hate vomit with a passion. Like so much. And I was feeling so good until that point. And he just yacked all over the right side of my body. And they
I
were
think you
like,
say
"Oh, this is
pissed."
fucked." And
Yeah,
then-
there's
no. So he just yacked all over the right side of my body. And then we had 2 bathrooms. So the boys put me in one bathroom because I was fucked. And they just like put me in the shower, showered me off. And then just, they were like, "You got to sit down." And one of our mates, Ethan Machin, was just there. He's like, "You got to sit down." I was like, "We got to check on Sam." Apparently, Garrity's in the other room and he's just fucking blind. And they called for the paramedics to come up.
Oh,
So the paramedics came up and they were like asking him questions. I'm pretty sure they took him off to get his stomach pumped or something.
fuck.
But they were asking him questions and he's like, "I'm a fucking genius. Like, I'm fucking sweet." They're like, "Yeah, the smart ones are the one that get fucked up the most because
they just let loose.
Because they just don't understand sometimes." And then anyway, our mate Snooze, completely sober. They go, "All right, we'll ask you some math questions." So they were just asking they're like, "Sam, so what's like 60 plus 40? And then Snooze would be there. He's like, And Sam's like, "It's 100, mate. Obviously, it's and like Sam's literally blind as fuck, passed out on the way, like getting ready to go to hospital, get his stomach pumped. And Snooze is completely sober, and Sam beat him in every single maths equation, every single one. But yeah, it was fucked. What about you, mate?
Sorry, I was going to say, I won't say the name of it.
Yeah.
You definitely know the guy. But he's a nice guy. He's a gentleman. Went to
Yeah.
Schoolies with the hopes of, popping the cherry. Getting it over and done with. And as he was going through the motions, met a lady. They had a very nice time, got very intimate. And one thing led to another. They were in a room and at the stage where they're about to smash. And in this moment, he has an epiphany and just goes, "This isn't what I want. I'm too blind. This is not the girl that I want to do this with." And what he does is he wraps his hand around the end of his knob and just goes, "It won't fit. Sorry, it won't fit." and she turns around. She goes, "No, was just holding it, doing some stuff with it. I think it will." And he goes, "I'm sorry, it won't fit. You're gonna have to go."
Literally big dick there.
Yeah, just literally just went. No, sorry. Sorry, Queen, can't happen.
I've never heard of anyone doing something
Yeah.
like that. That is so
As I said,
fucking
he was
funny.
a really nice guy.
Yeah.
And he wanted it to be right and nice. And I don't blame him when you're young.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, doing what you're doing. You know, first time can be a bit meaningful to some people.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and it was that for him. And yeah, he's just like, this isn't what I want.
Fuck, that's
That's so
awesome.
funny.
That's so fucking funny.
What about Geordie Madden? We were at the beach one day and he was body surfing and just got dumped and you just saw him go down like this and he got up like nursing his shoulder and everyone for the rest of it was just punching him in the arm. Like we were playing backyard cricket and he could barely, he was like literally nursing his shoulder the whole time. He was batting with one arm. I remember Paddy O'Toole and someone bowled it and Geordie's like flicked it off his hips and was running between the wickets looking at the ball and Paddy came through and just like dropped him and Geordie's on the ground like just seething in pain. He got home and he had to have like surgery on his shoulder, like fully fucked his shoulder, like could barely lift it up after that.
That's so bad.
So funny.
I actually had like a great end to Schoolies though. Like there's a lot of shit in between, but I was good mates with a lot of the boarders at school, and we got to go out to, it was called the Roma party, and so two of the they had two boys from Maris, and one of them invited 10 other boarders, and then the other one invited 10 day boys. So I was pretty stoked to get an invite
Day
from one
boy
of the day
ticket,
boys. Yeah, I was like, fuck yeah. So literally, you're at the end of the 7 days of Schoolies. And I started getting crook as well because just been on the piss for 7 days. It was fucked at the time. Now I can do it like a fucking champ. But at the time I was like,
I barely even drank before
wow.
Schoolies.
Yeah, I didn't like. Obviously, you're not meant to, but I didn't drink in high school really at all.
I wasn't about it much.
I remember going to parties, just take a 6-pack of beer, and you come home like, "Whoa, man!"
Yeah,
I
just used to hardly drink.
I used to
man.
take 2 rum and cokes. That was it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I just wasn't about
that's
it.
probably why I had
Yeah.
such a chiseled body.
yeah.
And now look at me. It's fucked. But anyway, yeah, so we jumped on this bus and went all the way out to Roma, and then you rock up and they give you a cup attached to a lanyard, and they go, you don't have to pay for anything, you've already paid. The only way you can get the only way you get the cup was you had to go eat a burger. So they made sure that you had something in your stomach.
Yeah.
And then it was go up to the bar, drink as much piss as you want. If you want to sleep, the hall's over there. If you don't, that's all sweet. The buses will leave at 10 a.m. the next morning. So
That's
we-
insane.
That
What
is so insane.
I wish that
and
was
the
happening
people that
now.
were serving the piss were just the parents of the people who invited us out. So it was like Maris boys, Churchy boys, Somerville girls, Stewart Home girls.
That's
and it was-
insane.
and TSS people, I think. It was just sick. So
Yeah.
literally, we had this party that went from 7 p.m. through till 7 a.m. Oh no, the buses left at like 9 or something. So 7 p.m. till 7 a.m. Then we did a little bit of cleaning up, jumped on the bus, came all the way back to Brisbane. And then I had to go to footy training at Arvo because 2 days after that, I
Yuck.
left for Hawaii to go play footy over there.
Oh,
And it was honestly one of the most fucked things.
did you go to Hawaii with school?
No, not with school. It was like
Oh.
if you could.
BJRU thing.
It's like a
Okay.
Brisbane Junior Rugby
Yeah.
thing.
That was with Dan Smith.
Dan
hey?
Smith, yeah. It's like if you can pay some coin, you can go over.
Nice.
All these people were like, oh my God, you went to Hawaii and played for Brisbane. I was like, yeah.
Yep.
But if you have a look at the caliber of players,
Yeah.
not that hard. But we won every
Nice.
game.
We're hoping for a similar thing to that Roma party. One of the guys from uni actually lives around Roma in June. It's another like hour past it apparently. And got a bit of a property there, and on the property is an old cinema.
Ooh.
And they've done a bit of work on it themselves and turned it into actually a functioning cinema, and then they got like a basketball court and everything
That's
there.
sick.
And so we're planning on doing 3 days out there as like a graduation, like end of year thing. And it is just going to be stupidly wild. And we have
Yeah.
plans for every night, like handcuffed to a person drawn out of a hat, and then you
Yeah.
have to be like beer pong partners with the handcuffs on.
Yeah.
It's going to be the best. And yeah, just saying, that just reminded me of it, and I cannot wait.
Dude, yeah,
That is
that'd be
so fun.
sick. Like, there's nothing better than getting pissed in the bush.
I reckon there's nothing
It's
better
so
than
much fun.
prepaying for a piss up as well. Like when you go and there's a bar tab or something. Like we just booked a lunch.
Oh, I was
Yeah.
about to say.
We just booked Christmas lunch with 40 of us at the
Right.
Brecky Creek. It's gonna be
40 was a
Oh,
Brecky
unreal.
Creek.
steak and
Was it-
5-hour premium
it was
drinks
like
package.
Yeah, $145, and it's 5 hours on the piss with steak, like entree and steak.
That's
and then like
value.
And premium spirits too.
in the rum bar.
And we pay for it now. It's not until like 2 months. So
Yeah.
by the time you get to it, it's like psh,
Exactly. Well, we
it's
got
basically free.
we got the education ball coming up.
Yeah.
Did you guys do any of those uni balls?
I'm so dirty on one. I actually went to the design ball. And nothing against people who did design at uni, but it was not my scene at all.
Boring.
And I got there and
Boring as batshit.
it was $180, and I got there and had 2 beers and got cut off. I was stone cold sober, and the guy's like, "That's all." I was like, "Are you fucking taking?"
Well,
this
this one we got coming up, the QT education one, $100 a ticket,
That's pretty good.
which is I think good for
Yeah.
ball.
Yeah.
Drinks all night again
Yeah.
as well. But we used to do this thing. Our group, we had about 20 of us. We'd always just find a ball every year or every semester and just go to it, whether or not we had people in it. So we rocked up to the QT business ball. None of us studied business at QT.
Yeah.
Rocked up to the UQ psychology ball. One person from our group studied UQ psych, and we ended up becoming like
the ball people.
at the ball because
Yeah.
there was 20 of us. No one knew us. We'd all be loud and fucking obnoxious.
Yeah,
Everyone just got around us, and it was a great time.
that's so
But
sick.
that's
this,
sick.
This UQ psych ball had an after party attached as well at the Vic, and it was a a couple $1,000 bar tab.
Yeah.
But on Sundays at the Vic, it was $4 basics. So we would just go up at a time and just grab 4 basics, stick them on the table, and just
Yeah.
start doing that.
That's
And because it was a Sunday night, no one went.
Yeah.
So we just went all night on these basics, and you'd be carrying some, and one would look like slipping, and you just go, "Ah, fuck it,
Just drop it.
and just keep walking."
A fallen soldier. Yeah. That's funny.
Oh,
man.
that's unreal. Yeah, I don't know. It's like I went to a couple. I went to a few business balls. The first one I went to, the people that organised it, because they're like business students, it was all about, cost efficiency and shit. I paid an absolute
That's
arm
exactly
and
how business works.
yeah, well, I don't know. I paid an arm and a leg to get there, and I
Yeah.
had 2 drinks the entire
Yeah.
night, and they weren't bringing drinks out, and then they were like, the food was so stingy, and I was like, fuck this. And then we went to that same business mall the year after, and it was off tap. They had a new business group come in, and they got all the feedback from the previous year, being
Yeah.
like, you're a bunch of cheap dogs.
My favourite things from
Oh.
uni were uni games and all the functions around that. Uni games.
I'm
Was
so
did
sad I
uni
never got to go.
games.
I was
Oh.
trying to go with the lawn bowls team this year.
Yeah.
So I've had a few people through the years that I knew in the teams and was trying to wedge my way in.
Yeah.
But then it all got cancelled this year.
Oh, mate, it's so much fun. Literally, some of the craziest nights of my life were at uni games.
See, I'm hoping I get into QT next year to do teaching.
Yeah, just
And then I'm
definitely
like,
do uni games.
well-
And then I'm like, can you imagine a 26-year-old
Yeah,
me
with
going down to uni
17-year-olds.
games, introducing them to drinking?
Oh
you
my
gotta
gosh.
play rugby league. Play QT Trouts. Rugby
Yeah, they're
league.
good. Paddy Nicholls' brother played for them, actually. He could probably
Yeah.
get you in there.
When? Was that recently?
2 years. It was
yeah.
literally the year before you started playing for them. He used to psych himself up by going up to concrete poles and smacking his shoulders on them. Yeah. He's fucking
Nah,
and
it's a
great
good
looking
bunch.
bloke. Not as good looking as Paddy because no one is.
Yeah.
But yeah.
We were like known at the uni games at QT for being like the absolute pest. People used to get sent home from our group and shit all the time. It was
That's how
funny
you
as-
knew Matson, hey?
Yeah.
Because Braddock does a whole bunch of it as
Yeah,
well for
yeah,
the football. And
yeah.
every time there's just
Yeah.
story upon story of just absolute pests.
What about
It's a good time.
So
You're not there for the sport. You're there
nah,
for the fucking
I sort of
social
knew
aspect.
a few of them, like Jordan Pitty. I knew him before going, and I remember him telling me, he's like, you should come down, and he was talking to the boys like, oh, I know this guy who should come down. And like the thing that we found with the tours was usually you'd have like out of how many people on the soccer team, 11 plus like 4 reserves. So out of 15, you'd have like 10 or 12 who got around it, and the 3 were just there for like the sport and didn't really get around it. So
Yeah.
so the hardest part was like finding that. So the boys were like, oh yeah, he probably like Petty's like, nah, this guy'll be good, and everyone's like, nah, he
Yeah.
won't want to get around it too hard.
About yourself.
Yeah. And
Oh, really?
I went to the first piss up like, yeah, you'd be fucking good. And then they were like, do you have any other mates who want to come? And I didn't have any other like real close mates who still played soccer, so I hit him up about Tom Duffy. And they're like, oh, if he's anything like you, he'll fit right in. And I was like, oh, yeah, because Duffy didn't really drink that much.
Yeah.
And the first piss up he came to was actually at my mum's place. It was on a Sunday. We were going to Stockies. And he rocked up with a bottle of rum. And as soon as he walked in, I was like, oh, my God. Because he just like couldn't drink that well. And he like polished his bottle of rum, was like vomiting everywhere before we left, vomiting in the maxi on the way there. We ended up getting in there, and 2 of our other mates from school were there, and one of them just had a shoulder reconstruction. And the other one he was with is like Josh Tregenza, like massive.
Big boy.
Yeah, and Duffy kept slapping this on the shoulder, and Treg was like, stop it. Duffy was like, couldn't even see. And Duffy slaps him on the shoulder, and Treg just like reached across and pushed him in the chest, and was like, piss off. And I turned to one of the other boys from Soccer Nelson, and I was like, Duffy's about to die. And Duffy just swung at Treg and like nicked him on the chin, and I was like, oh my God. And Treg just went boom, smacked Duffy straight in the face. And Duffy like went down on his back, and I was like, oh my God, I ran over and grabbed Tom and like picked him up, and he had all blood on his lips, and I was like, oh no, he's like wrecked his teeth. Take him into the bathroom, he's like washing his face, and he looks up at me, he's like, how bad is it? And his nose is no joke, like sideways across his
Owen
face.
Wilson.
Literally broken so badly he had to get 2 surgeries and couldn't come on tour.
To put it out there, Treg is like my height, similar build, but very chiseled. He's like so big and strong and just an absolute animal.
And just flattened
Is
Duffy's
he-
nose.
And Duffy's like I reckon smaller than Darth.
Yeah.
Like he got absolutely fucking
Dropped.
flogged. cunt.
Is he gonna come back to Jeeps?
So Treg, last year in our preliminary final, someone punched him in the face. So that guy already got a red card, and it's all filmed in 6th grade for finals. Treg just didn't have to react, and he walked straight up to this guy and just headbutts him in front of the ref. And then he didn't show up to his tribunal because he had to go to the tribunal for it. So they just gave him 8 weeks. So he needs to... I don't know if Treg will ever play for Jeeps again because he needs to
doesn't
pay
want
like $500 to register
And then sit
gets
out for
an
8 weeks.
8 week.
Yeah.
Damn. I'd love to have him back with Treg.
Him and
same
Reed.
with him and Reed.
Yeah,
It'd be lovely.
row, and then put you
Some
at prop
big
final.
Usos. Yeah, I'll be there. I don't know. Every time I get blind, I say I'm playing prop next year.
Yeah,
That
and every
means I
time
gotta
he's
stay
sober, he says he
frack
wants
on
to play left wing.
it. I want to play left wing.
That's everyone's
regardless.
dream. Like-
I reckon I'd be a mad winger. I got pace to
So
burn.
does Sally.
I was going to say, so I put up a little Instagram story like 2 minutes before we started recording.
Organised as ever.
Yeah. So I got a couple of questions for you, Paddy. Tom Stocks. Shout out to Stocksy. Massive weapon on the piss. I'd just like to put it out there, Stocksy. Welcome to the club this year. And massive piss drinker.
Unreal.
Love it.
Good bloke.
Gets
as
around
well.
BBB pretty hard as well.
He
so.
does, mate.
When we were down here, I heard you guys speaking about it last week when we had our 5th grade Bledisloe catch up.
Yeah.
He won big on the pokies the night before, all
Yeah.
the horses stuff. Whips out $200 and adds it to the tab and just goes, boys, we got this.
Legend.
He's a fucking good
Yeah, and then
bloke.
he won another $400 on the pokies after you left.
Here, did he?
Yeah, and he put it straight on the tab.
Legend.
So
Yeah.
literally all these pokey winnings he just put on the tab.
Bloke and a half.
Yeah. That is a good bloke in a bar. Plug for you, Denon. Love you. Anyway, Stocksy asks, how long does it take you to groom your stash in the morning?
It's about a 5-minute process.
Yeah.
You got to have your shower, make sure... I actually shampoo it on
Really?
Sundays as well. You got to, man. It's nice
I
and
shampoo
fluffy.
and condition my
Yeah.
facial hair.
Yeah, well and truly.
It's fucking fluffy as, bro.
Yeah, that's funny.
Get the clippers out and go around the edges and then little
scissors.
Yeah, dude. Fucking oath.
I'm all about it.
Yeah, exactly. I love that. All right. Now, Joe McVeigh. How you going, Joe? Would you rather be at the Tigers or the Storm Mad Monday?
So tough.
As in Richmond or...
Yeah.
Richmond Tigers or Melbourne Storm?
See, I was thinking about I saw this just before I was thinking about it. I think Storm would be more fun for me because I know more players.
Yeah.
But it looks like the Richmond Tigers having such a better time. Like
yeah.
it looked like the Storm, they're just sitting around at Twin Waters, which don't get me wrong, would be
Yeah.
great. They just won the grand final.
Yeah.
But like you
Yeah.
look at the Tigers and they're on the piss
It's
with
because
the
the
Stafford
Tigers
brothers.
know that they can just get out of quarantine, whereas a bunch of the Storm
Yeah.
players
Have to play.
have to play Origin next Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you look at Stafford brothers and Fisher DJing compared to like
so sick.
whoever that was sitting on the balcony on the Melbourne Storms at
Nah,
Twin Waters.
Big Nelson and
Was it-
Solomon.
was he DJ?
Oh, probably.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Nelson was on the computer DJing.
That's
Like,
so
it was
funny.
so
They
sick.
get Dal Finucane up for an acoustic performance.
Yeah. Fuck.
Yeah. So if I could take the Storm players and have them in the
At
setting,
the Richmond
yeah,
party.
that'd
Yeah.
be the ultimate. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the dream.
I would love to get on a bender with, from the people who've won grand finals this weekend, imagine going on a bender with the Cheese, Cameron Munster, and Dusty Martin.
Didn't you guys didn't you guys have with Freeney on like episode 1 or 2 like your dream team piss team?
I
Yeah,
think so.
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've been
Yeah.
calling out Cam Munster for quite a while as well.
Mad Dog Munster.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Mud
Mad
guts.
Dog.
Hero.
Mud Guts. I fucking love the bloke. Then the last one from Rory's place, Rory Driscoll, massive friend of the podcast.
Love.
Friend to all.
Friend to all.
He is. He's a nice man.
Yeah. Would you rather pack in at lock behind Klutz or snooze?
Fuck me.
Come on, it can't be that tough.
Can I go at lock and have snooze at hooker and go in between both of you?
Oh, that is a crowd pleaser.
Sitting on the fence.
All I know is that if I only had one option, I'd be going behind myself. Actually, no, I don't know. I've got a fucking big ass.
Yeah.
I reckon I'd squash some heads.
Squash some heads, some
Yeah.
cauliflower ears.
Exactly. Like, big fucking head. Ass. Big head is... Oh, no. I got a relatively good-sized head. I've got pixie-sized ears.
Little pixie ears.
I got little pixie
They
ears.
can't even hold those
I got real
headphones
little
on.
ears. I actually do have little... How's this? Actually, I just remembered this because I only found this the other day. So I had my chopper stash for a
Yeah.
night. And someone was like, put on some sunnies. And I've just found the nearest pair of sunnies and put them on. And they kept falling off. And I remembered how upset I was. I went to... This is like a year or two ago. I went to YD or Tarakash to get like a shirt for the races. That it looks nice, but if I ruin it, it's
Doesn't
all
matter.
sweat.
Yeah.
And I went to get sunnies as well. And I was like, oh yeah, that's sweet. Just picked them up. Put them on the thing. My ears are that small that the sunnies can't stay on because it doesn't hook onto my ears because there's nothing to hook onto.
Bullshit.
Absolutely positive. It's fucked, man. Like, I don't know what you call the sides of sunnies. Little,
Yeah, like the little arms.
yeah, the little arms.
Yeah.
They're literally, because there's no real hook in them either. And then I was like, surely this can't just be me. Surely this can't just be me. It's just me. I pass them around to different people to wear them, and it sits on their ears perfectly.
That's so
but
fucked.
mine are too small, so they just like. I'd be like this. It's fine. It's fine, and then go on like a slight 15-degree angle down, straight off the face on
Ski
the ground.
slope.
It's fucked. So if anyone wants a pair of sunnies that I've tried to wear, I'll give them to you for $20.
We should do a giveaway.
Yeah, or a giveaway.
On
Yeah, we'll do a
BBB.
giveaway. If you share a podcast clip about me having, I don't know, what should we clip up?
We'll just cut this clip up.
We're gonna clip this up. So if you share this podcast clip, tag us in it about me having small ears with my sunglasses not being able to fit on them. We'll pick a random winner, and I'll send you these pair of sunnies. And if they don't fit you, then
Stiff shit.
fuck, you must have little ears. It's fucked. Maybe I do need cauliflower ears then, because then at least those little fuckers would puff up, and I'd be able to
Get some traction back there.
Yeah, exactly.
They're ugly. Cauliflower is
Fucking
ugly.
They are.
But also a sign of a man.
Yeah.
Real men have cauliflower
Just reminded
ears.
me of Tai Tuivasa, the video I just showed you boys before.